A privatization plan is rattling Queen's Park after Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne refused to rule out reports that the province may sell 10 to 15% of its shares in Hydro One. The province is the sole shareholder of Hydro One, and a move like this would be unlike anything her Liberal government has ever done before to raise billions of dollars for infrastructure projects. So, if the plan goes forwards, what does that mean for taxpayers? Christine Van Geyn, the Ontario Director of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, joins us now. Christine, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Can you explain how the strategy like this, if it does go through, could ease the burden on ratepayers in Ontario?
So it makes a lot of sense to sell off a part of a business like Hydro One, which is very low productivity, very badly managed, and has overpaid workers. You know, it's been plagued by scandal. Their CEO compensation scandals actually were so bad, it's now a Harvard Business School's case study. You know, the smart meter program, Hydro One represented only 25% of the meters, but half the cost. And now we are just constantly seeing problems with the billing, errors in billing, people getting $20,000 bills when their bills are in reality more like $100. So breaking up and selling a company like this, which the government has really just driven into the ground, it makes a lot of sense. What doesn't make sense is if the government sells a piece of the company, but then retains operational control. So, you know, the experts who have experience managing electricity companies well don't actually get a say in how the company would be changed.
And do you think that, I mean, if they do go ahead with this 10 to 15%, they'd still be a majority shareholder. Do you think that there are any other equity positions that government holds that you would like to see be sold to free up some additional capital for the government?
So they haven't actually said that it's going to be a 10 to 15%. That was their original statement. It may actually be a majority interest that they may sell, but they have said the government will always retain an interest, and they haven't given up the idea that they need to sell the operational control. In terms of other assets that the government holds, I think LCBO is ripe for privatization. That's something that Ed Clark said in his report last year. But in reality, what this government is doing isn't trying to improve the management of any of these companies. They're just trying to raid the piggy bank so that Kathleen Wynne can spend more money on her pet projects.
And do you think funds generated by the sale of these kind of assets should be earmarked for specific projects, or should it just go for everything?
I think that if we're going to earmark it for something, it should be deficit reduction, debt reduction.
And is the government doing enough? Is this just a small drop in the bucket? Do they need to be doing more?
On debt reduction, well, the debt is at $279 billion. We have 7 years of deficits under this Liberal government. They have been doing absolutely nothing on that issue.
Well, we will certainly be following this story on TheRebel.media. Christine, thank you for joining me.
It was nice to speak with you.